Exposing Kankan made me realize something absolutely terrifying. There are people out there that have warped, twisted, and frankly demented views online. These people have weird, one-sided relationships that give anyone watching secondhand embarrassment. And one of these people, we'll call Simon, has been in direct contact with me ever since I announced I was making a video on Kankan. Initially, I was so focused on getting the facts right about Kankan that I didn't even realize how effed up this person was. But after seeing this, cease and desist, claiming things like Simon made at least 150 different social media accounts to pursue his love interest, Molly Santana, allegedly making inappropriate deepfakes of her and even tracking her down and showing up at a meet and greet, I immediately recognized there was something deeply disturbing about him, because this person was crazy. I don't say that to be mean, this video isn't to dunk on him, but I think it's as important to be transparent about these things as I am forthcoming. I'm going to be blocking his name out, his usernames, any directly identifiable way for you or anyone else to find him. And I'll explain a little bit as to why I did this at the end of the video. But for now, let's get started. It all happened just a few weeks ago. I had just announced I was working on a Kankan documentary and got this message from Simon, introducing himself and saying, "I'm only here to deliver ammunition for the Kankan video." And then he sent me this. Kankan currently fighting for his life with these 15-year-old allegations. Now we will go through these one at a time, but immediately this was off-putting. The blurred pic you see in the bottom right is a post Simon made about Kankan being locked up for his allegations. I personally do not like to include people's offspring in my videos. So, while there's nothing seriously bad going on in this picture, that is actually why it's blurred. But what's really funny is the next thing he sent me. "Twin, give it up. Your stuff in echo chamber. Now you want to say a bunch of nothing. I'm connected with the right, only God, and the right people. Shut up, F-slur. You a druggie. I feel really bad for you. I'm connected with these racks that God also gave me. You have no idea what you're doing and it's sad. You started a family? Do they know what you did? You made explicit tapes with a under 18-year-old. You can no longer send direct messages to this person." The idea that Kankan was so annoyed by this man he personally went out of his way to DM him is pretty hilarious. And the cherry on top is Kankan immediately blocking him after flexing his wealth. But please note that this person managed to get Kankan's personal attention. But just how did he do that? Let's take a closer look at those tweets I showed you before. This dude's so dumb, he don't realize we could both sue his dumb A. Wouldn't that be the most ironic thing for his dumb A? I'm finna start suing you broke dudes. Just cause you broke don't mean stuff. Better learn what garnished wages is. We'll never make that stuff in your life without it going to me. That Simon dude, the most schizo dude ever. Y'all dudes don't get tired of fake stuff? If you got allegations on a dude, go to the police, not Twitter, F@ dude. Finna start suing you broke bored dudes. So obviously Simon got pretty far with his rhetoric, right? Let's go on Twitter and see exactly what he was saying. Don't worry, me and Molly Santana got them shackles ready for you. Say goodbye to the family. We know you had inappropriate relations with Molly when she was a Don't run and delete this tweet either. Are you mad?
You going to hell for Molly Santana.
Even the page True Scene was trolling him. We know you hit that stuff when she was a younger person. Doing all this stuff is just making you look even worse. You a PDF file. You made 10 tweets mad AF about a dude with 0 followers. That really made you mad, huh? Your little income and revenue going to when you get exposed. Come on, baby girl. Tell the public what really happened.
I'm tired of you covering for this child. I can expose him now or later, but it's gonna happen.
Molly Santana was a It's not her who takes the prison sentence. Kankan needs jail time and probably shouldn't be around even if they're his own. He gonna answer for it. I don't care if he goes private or throws insults. I'ma get him punched on by the law. That's my baby. I don't play that. Kankan, a PDF file. This guy is mentally torturing Kankan. 60 likes in an hour, gang. 60 youngers a year he touches. He appreciates your support in that endeavor. Bro just dropped music. Nah, he just wants to go back to grooming his own kid with the money you send him. Hashtag really registered. This stuff weak, to be honest. He's weak for taking advantage of youngers. Dude, you still ain't shipped my stuff from 2022. He scams you to fund his young younger binges. Hashtag really registered. It's actually insane how many people he literally directly tweeted to with this. I mean, it must have been hundreds of tweets. Obviously, this is the reason why he got Kankan's attention. Put a little pause onto that. Do with that what you will. Yes, Molly Santana, Maya Simon, is my babe. This will age well.
You weird, buddy.
I love that girl, and I know she'll find Christ because God told me. P.S. I'm filing charges on Kankan and Zillakami. Careers done. I don't play about my love. Me and Maya are connected, you idiots. You need to be on a watch list. Where that? We should go back to liking this video if you guys haven't already. He also said some other concerning things that I want to point out real quick. This false god in the studio, baby, it's time to come home. He made this weird edit of him and Maya and then a bunch of other cutesy relationship stuff. I made this for us. Don't post the cease and desist in the comments.
I don't care.
At all. Maya, you're not safe in the industry. You need Jesus now.
Read your Bible.
She not deep enough in the occult for her to get a lot of play. Jesus will step in before she gets the chance though. Molly has bigger things to accomplish. He says a lot of weird stuff about Molly Santana. Obviously, he has a parasocial relationship with her, but the extent is just disturbing. Now you saw Simon make various posts about Kankan, but it wasn't just on Twitter. He actually also did this on Reddit. Kankan tried to live a normal life, but his own kid and baby mama don't know he's fighting urges to touch his own inappropriately. Sad but true. If you can sleep with a year-old Molly, a old girl, I'm afraid nothing is off limits to you. His baby mama gonna be street meat when I'm going to make this very clear and concise. Kankan, grape emoji, Molly Santana, and she is scared to come out and say it. She will eventually press charges. Just a heads up so you can burn your merch now. This is 100% bet on your life on it true. Now, for the purposes of this video, I have to make sure that you guys know these are all just allegations. This is the video that has him in a fit. And of course, there's allegations that Kankan did something with Molly, but those allegations are unsubstantiated. Hi, I'm Simon. I'm single-handedly the reason Kankan is going to face criminal charges for touching under 18s. Me and God are going to put him away. Just getting the fan base familiar, Kankan's career is ruined. Once again, my name is Simon. I am extremely happy to clean up society by removing this PDF file from the streets. Enjoy him while he lasts. Making Kankan feel fear before he gets registered. The RR stands for really registers. Offenders. Why do you all buy merch from a toucher? So yeah, again, as you can clearly see, takes it to the extreme. Just keeping him rattled until it's time to press charges. Statistically speaking, he's a threat to his own child since he touched a under 18. Poor family. They just want to be safe. Now she'll be single and have to do everything she can to look for a replacement provider. This is why we can't let PDFs run free. They ruin other people's lives just by association when they go unpunished. Yeat commented on this when it was happening. He said, trying to make this weird. You literally did nothing. Literally. To be a public figure herself. Just ask her. Yeat a PDF file too. They are all satanic weirdos. He going to hell with Kankan and all them folk too. So in this photo, Yeat liked a picture by Molly Santana. Again, I made this, I think I made this comment a long time ago, but people like a bunch of things online. Liking things isn't a indicator that something happened, something nefarious happened. It just means that they tapped the screen, boop boop, and that's literally it. Dave Bunce calls out Kankan with a very interesting statement. She was 15. You were 20. This picture of Yeat is pretty funny because the guy in the back, fuck Yeat. Talk about the guy in the back. Why is he so stoic? He's like, He looks like he's gone through like 100 years of pain. And then Yeat is just like, he looks like a meme actually here. This is a pretty funny picture of Yeat. And once again, I have to make it clear that Molly Santana said that nothing happened. But I'm going to try my best to be as non-biased as possible, but also understanding that this guy isn't mentally right. Okay, there's something clearly, obviously wrong with this guy mentally, showing the world that this behavior, if you see anything like this, just know that that person needs help. Maybe consider reporting their account or something before you start throwing insults at them. She says, I want to focus on my music right now. I want y'all to see me doing what gives me happiness. I don't want to be known for stuff that happened to me in the past. I got so much to offer. Why would I let this be a part of my story? I never wanted this to ever come to light. I never wanted my story to be told. It's lame that y'all think it's okay to disrespect someone's privacy and then jump to false conclusions. I never lied. To set stuff straight, I never lied about my age. Everyone goes through a phase where they think they've grown. Stop trying to make me feel bad for decisions I made when I was 14. I was just starting high school. I had no sense of reality. He hit me up wanting to link, so I went, nothing else. This is actually about Zillakami's situation with Molly. And as we already know, Molly and Zillakami, that is a completely different situation. It does not prove that Kankan did anything with Molly. She wants to be known and focus on her music, but some things are just way bigger than her. Kankan has made a lot of victims, and her voice might be the one that needs to be heard to give others the confidence to speak out against him. And she's a role model for young girls. Example, Northwest. So this situation would give confidence for victims everywhere. While I do believe that it is important for Molly Santana to use her platform to speak out against abusers, I do believe he, or anybody else for that matter, does not have the right to force her to do that or even try to direct her to do that. And it looks like he's just trying to force her hand, which is not good. Now Simon sent me a bunch of stuff. A lot of the things I already covered in this video down here.
TLDR.
Kankan actually allegedly hit on his girlfriend. There's a lot of proof to this. There's a lot of arrests and stuff like that to this. Now, he even claims that he scratched her in one of these videos by himself. He literally admitted to this. Kankan isn't a great person. I would say he's a complete psychopath. Check out the video. It's going to be on the end screen at the end of this video if you guys haven't watched that already. Simon has his issues as well. That's the point of this video. Remember when I told you Simon met Molly? Okay, so I'm going to put some light commentary over the top of this video. Now, in this video, Simon is giving Molly some gifts and stuff like that, getting some autographs. Everything seems to be very cordial throughout this video. Like nothing crazy happens at all. They seem to be chill. Molly seems to be happy to see him. No bad vibes whatsoever. Shoujo, I believe, even gives him a dap. You can't really hear what they're saying, unfortunately, because it's kind of messed up. But for the most part, it's just good vibes. They're chilling, and that's it. I knew I was meeting my wife, bro. Hashtag Molly Santana, September 28th. 2024. Now you do see him slip Molly a letter or something, and from what I can tell, he says that you can read it on your own time or whatever, and then that's basically that. Like that is that. Okay, that's the entire interaction. It's very cordial. Nothing weird happens. He actually forgets this box, and as you can see, they give the box right to him. Look at that. Boom, he comes back. He gets even more autographs. It's a nice time. It's a great time. Now, what is actually weird is that I have access to some of his DMs to Molly Santana, and yeah, man, I mean, this is kind of crazy. This is actually crazy. So this is what this guy is saying. Okay, mind you, we just saw him interacting with Molly Santana. This is what he's actually doing online
To Molly Santana.
Now, Simon claims he is connected with God and can see into the future. These are his words. And this is a direct quote from him. He says, months ago, I told you I could see into the future. Well, here I am telling you that K3 is going to try and diss Maya. DM me for more details. But don't say I did not warn you. Let her know and tell her Simon told you. God told me. We need Molly prepared. She needs me close by so I can keep feeding her information that I get from God. I'm valuable to her success for more reasons than this. Now, K3 actually dissed Molly Santana. I'm not sure why she actually dissed Molly Santana. I'm not going to go into the beef. I don't think that it's actually necessary. Female artists always seem to beef with each other for no reason. It's actually kind of concerning. Simon made several videos. Here's one of them.
Hi Maya, I know that you know that I like you, and it's true, I really do. Because of that, God knows my heart, and he sent me a lot of dreams about your life. And he's told me a lot of things that are going to happen to you and that are happening currently. I predicted the K3 beef that is going on right now. I predicted that in January, by the way. I told Sherry, I don't know if she told you. He also gave me a dream telling me what you were doing in Wyoming when you became a witch. He also told me about the stuff that happened between you and some other people that you deleted your tweets about, you know, when you were a kid. He also told me that Shoujo is convincing you that I'm some kind of crazy fan, when that couldn't be further from the truth. I have my own career and things that God has set for me. And right after that dream, he sent me a dream that you chose me over him. He's actually sent me quite a few dreams of you kissing me and telling me that you love me. So that's why I'm so adamant and constant about this pursuit, to let you know about all this stuff. I also had a dream that you asked me on Instagram. You DM'd me and said, what's the plan? So here's the plan. Buy your masters, have you own all your music, and buy you out of your contract so you can make your music freely and creatively. That's the plan.
Pause the video. If you're unsure and you want to know who I am and what I say is true, get on your knees and pray to God, and he will 100% send you a dream to confirm who I am. I 100% guarantee. Talk to me once he confirms. Do not wait. I've waited long enough. Trust. Test him on this. Religious psychosis is a dangerous thing. This obsession with Molly Santana can get very dangerous pretty fast. He did meet her in person. He sent her things he gave her things in person. That is disturbing to know when you have all of the details. My name is Simon, and along with Kankan, Zillakami will be charged and registered and sentenced. Molly will help me do it. Anyone who disagrees is a child PDF file. Wait on it. Everyone knows this man is evil. He has to go down, and we're going to make sure of it. From Fashir 300 video, Kankan Moral Compass.
Tired of this dirtbag acting like anybody cared about his advice when he part of the bigger problem in the industry. What's the bigger problem? Oh, they explained it. Kankan need to worry about what can happen when Molly Santana presses charges on his ass for statutory, and he has to come to grips with the consequences of his actions. And there is evidence, but we're not making it public right now. Okay. They're gonna pour grape soda in that guy's
K3's buns.
OMGDutie is live.
Yo, what the was talking about, chat? What was that saying? Y'all seen that shit? What the was he talking about, man? Like, it went from K3 to Kankan. Like, where did that go?
Now, to be clear, in this video, he's as confused as anybody would be in this situation, because what is going on? We got a guy who's like talking about dreams. He's talking about basically conspiracy theories. He's talking about being connected to this person that he's making these collages and edits to. Yeah, this is concerning behavior. This is very concerning behavior. This is OMGDutie after I gave him the same information I have given you. I'm just preparing the public for what is inevitably going to happen. People know who I am as it pertains to these people, so expect controversy in your comments if you mention my name. Very few people understand me or are on my side, but that doesn't matter to me because Jesus is on my side. And I love Maya till death, so sacrificing the opinions of others to defend her is well worth it. Jesus is king. All right, man. That's it. So here's a picture of him, and he has an edit of Molly Santana in little hearts above his head. And of course I had to blur out his face. But again, if you find this guy on the internet, you probably will be able to see a lot of his stuff on the internet, especially with me referencing some of these tweets. Please do not go after him. This is not a witch hunt. I do not want you guys to attack him in any way. I just want him to get some fucking help. That's really what this video is about. And also calling out this behavior, calling out when you see it, reporting accounts like this, because these people have issues that go beyond just trying to bully them out. It's only going to make things worse. They're only going to hold in that resentment, and hopefully they don't actually go out and Molly Santana, on the other hand, if you do see this, if you do go after him, you're probably the only person that I would want to go after him, because there would at least be some real repercussions to his actions, and that will have a net positive. Molly, Did you make videos talking about your sexual relationship with these guys? Or am I just imagining things? WTF. I dislike Kankan not only because I know what he did was wrong, but because I know Maya is my wife. She's in an occult right now and into evil things, so she doesn't like me right now. But what I stand for will get me everything I need. I love Jesus and stand for Jesus, and I will always follow his instructions. I will always defend her and be on the side of good. That's all I gotta say. He calls Maya his wife. Maya is not his wife. Maya doesn't even know this man. She only knows of him online because he incessantly messages her every day, talking to her about his premonitions from God. The whole point of God in the Bible, by the way, he lets every human choose for themselves. Now, sure, he wants you to choose the correct path. He wants you to praise him and follow everything that's in the Bible, sure, but he doesn't force you to do it. That's the whole fucking point. Important details about myself. I prophesied to Molly Santana's friends that Molly Santana would be having a rap beef with K3. In January, I did this. Proof. And it happened months later. The labels pushed it, but it still happened. I'm just ahead of my time. Kankan did everything I accused him of. I won't be wrong, and I'm not wrong for anything I've done. Oh, and she did allegedly file a cease and desist on me. How do you say allegedly file a cease and desist? Did you not get this in the mail? But I've never shown up to harass her, and I pester her to expose these people because, believe it or not, God told me these things and they need to be exposed. Here's a copy of that, and also a video of us meeting, and there was no sign of her being uncomfortable, so she just blatantly lied to make me look bad and promote her album, which is a shitty thing to do, but hey, that's who she is right now. She'd rather file paperwork on me, who wants PDF files locked up, than actually take a stand against men who her as she was unable to give consent. Twisted world, I hope you make note of that in your video. Whether or not you believe me is up to you, but I hope you tell what's really up. Just because you think you have good intentions doesn't mean that's going to be the actual result. You doing this to Molly Santana, literally against her will actually, because there's a cease and desist now. You doing this is not okay. You're pushing something on somebody that doesn't want it, and then you're ignoring them blatantly like they don't even matter anymore, which is concerning. Now, as I said before, Simon is obsessive with Molly Santana, and it went to the point that Molly had to actually make a public statement on Discord about Simon, and here's what she said. I got something I need to bring attention to because this has been going on for over a year now, and it's come to the point where this guy, Simon, is driving away new fans in my community because he is constantly spewing lies, saying that I do witchcraft and that I am demonic, which couldn't be further from the truth. I have never seen someone so determined to lie on my name and reputation that I have spent so much time building up. I have never pushed any demonic image, and I have never once said that I do witchcraft. If you have ever watched any interviews of me, I openly speak about my love for God, and I encourage people to keep God first in their lives. So it's extremely frustrating seeing this guy try so hard to tarnish what I've built for myself. It's not only disrespectful, but also dehumanizing the things he comments and puts all over the internet, claiming that I have made X tapes when I was a younger, which is a blatant lie and a very disgusting lie at that. He's a effing weirdo and has been messaging me every day for over a year now. I have blocked over 100 accounts of his on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. He came to a merch pop-up I did in LA and gave me a letter saying that people will try to separate us and that God told him that I love him and I'm made for him, which is so effing creepy and makes me so uncomfortable to the point of not even wanting to throw any more intimate events in LA, which is literally my home city and a place I hold so dear to my heart. This man has caused so much damage to my reputation just because he simply wants attention from me. He started off messaging me weird perverted things last year, and it has turned into hatred and blatant disrespect at this point. I am starting to take legal action because there is not much I can do at this point. My fans are already so fed up with his behavior and found his address, so I pulled up to the address to beat his booty myself, and he wasn't there because this dude is homeless. Now I'm going to stop real quick right here. Her pulling up herself to this guy's address. If it is his address, we have no idea. He said that it wasn't his address. Her doing this is literally putting her in harm's way. This response to this behavior is only going to put you in a situation where you could potentially lose your life. I would imagine that this person could become violent in the future for some reason. Simon, if you're watching this, you are literally nothing to this woman. You have dreams about her. Dreams come from your brain. They do not come from God. I don't have any qualms with religion. I know some people are going to be like, yes, she's a demon worshiper. Yes. There's going to at least be one person like that in my comment section. That's neither here nor there. Pushing that onto her, it's very dangerous and very toxic. And I want you to know that. He's also 34 years old and continuously harasses my friends, producers I work with, the engineer I work with, the man who owns the label I am signed to, and anyone else that is ever seen near me. He has made so many false statements about Show Joe, which is one of my closest friends. He helps me manage everything and works on all of my music with me. He has helped me throughout my career immensely, and it's so effing exhausting having to apologize to the people around me for the constant defamation and harassment from him, and also deal with the harassment myself at the same time. It is truly bizarre how he even has time to find out who I am hanging around and harass them every day. He has made hundreds of accounts to harass and post lies about me and the people I hang around, work with, or anyone who is even the littlest bit associated with me. I wish I could make this dude disappear. Genuinely, I wish I never even acknowledged his existence at the pop-up in LA. I was just trying to be nice because at the time I knew he was obviously effed up in the head, but I had no idea how this whole situation would unfold. I remembered being genuinely scared for my safety when he showed up, because I had been seeing him message me on Instagram every day, saying such perverted things like, I belong to him. But now that I've tried to wait this situation out, I really wish I would have spit in his effing face that day for real. And this all literally ties into the meaning of my album, Molly and Her Week of Wonders. This album. So yeah, the rest of this speech is about empowering women, putting down incels, and promoting her album. You guys get the meat of her statement, but if you want to read the rest, pause the screen now and like this video because it helps the channel. In response to this beautiful and powerful statement, Simon said this: "Sweetheart, it's unfortunate you decided to come at me this way. I'm a lot of things, but a liar I am not. You lie. You lie a lot to cover your butt. You expect us to believe a year after you slept with Zillakami you weren't still sexually active with older men just a year later? Ha! We all saw you in that bed with Kankan. You think, given his track record of abuse with women and his accusations from his old friends during that same time period, that he somehow just magically decided not to take advantage of you when you were willingly giving it up to adults at the time? Come on, sweetheart, we're not that dumb. You lie a lot, actually. You lied about being with Zilla by saying fake news, and you continue that lie until someone hits you with a ratio under one of your tweets with proof of you laying in bed with him. You probably did lie about your age to him for all we know. You lied to your Discord last summer about your real name not being Maya. I don't know why you would lie about that. People that were there last year will remember. People will accuse me of being a creep or a weirdo because they know I move with Christ on my side. I dissed somebody's sister in the Discord without knowing their age, or because I bought twisted tees for some girls at one of your concerts after they practically begged me to do it. I wouldn't do it again, but I'm not afraid to tell the truth about it, unlike you. Your creepier fans found or made some gross video of a person masturbating to an image of you and said it was me when I don't even masturbate. That's weird. I'm a grown man and I follow Christ. We don't do that. And I'm not 34 years. Do you just believe anything your camp tells you? No wonder you do whatever the industry tells you to do. You don't think for yourself. But let's break this down some more. Your mother is an immigrant, illegal or not, we don't know, and your father is an ex-gang member from Compton, and your brother is in jail for only God knows what. You keep pandering to your fans about protect women on this perverted feminism angle, and it's because nobody was there to protect you. Where were your parents when you were running around in the streets getting drunk and high off weed and MDMA, sleeping with grown men when you were underage? To tell you, no, don't do those drugs. No, don't sleep with those grown men. You're just a baby. No, don't do this. Don't do that. Your dad definitely wasn't the father figure he was supposed to be, because look at what his daughter is and out here doing. You have a rap career about the drugs you do. Shallow things like clothes. You've got some good songs, but for the most part, you're another degenerate rapper signed to the agenda of a label. And again, your parents are responsible for your brother and he's locked up. You had a terrible childhood. You had terrible men with even worse character growing up that didn't protect you. That's why you hate men. I'm not them, sweetheart. You brainwash and influence your extremely impressionable fans with your trauma and bad habits. Right now, you're a weed addict who makes bad decisions. And about your label, that goofball Steven Victor got his most prestigious artist off because of his friends. That's the label you signed to, by the way. And what do your friends have you doing? Getting drunk and high out in public like you're not a public figure who could get snatched up at a moment's notice? You say you love God, but you get high every day. You don't love Jesus. You're a self-absorbed narcissist who doesn't know how deep of trouble they're really in. Just because Jesus died
For our sins.
doesn't mean we can live in sin, and that's what you do when you get high every day and make music that encourages kids to behave like you. Also, that glow Low Gang tattoo. The guy you look up to, Chief Keef, is a PDF file. Bad Baby confirmed that. You have a thing with being around and protecting PDF files, so that's disgusting. You are a victim, but not my victim. I don't work for Satan. About witchcraft, LOL. I had an ex-Satanist of 11 years watch that video. Anyone who remotely loves Jesus is able to see your album rollout was demonic and weird, and a strange pivot from the material you produced in your previous work. Shoujo is a weirdo and a cross-dresser that you let follow you around, and he did do witchcraft on me, and you are a witch as of now. He's my best friend, and he helped me with all of my music. The music about drugs and guns? You love Jesus, and you're best friends with a Muslim? Are you slow? You think these people are letting you in the door on a Jack Boys album if you don't give them a little something? The same artist that sacrificed all those people at Astroworld? LOL. This industry will abuse you and pimp you out because you're a woman. You made a song about your desire to be a Freemason. Anybody can look up what Freemasons are into. You're a liar. You love money and attention. You cannot serve God and money. Interacting with women is a joy and easy. It'd be easy for me to get any woman I wanted on this earth because I am mannerable and God has favor on my life. The women I interact with daily love my presence and give me gifts. This isn't about that though. This is about your relationship with Jesus Christ. God put me on assignment and gave me thorough details about your life. You could be mad about it and say you should have spit in my face or dox me, which is illegal, and then say you pulled up to my house to confront me and beat my butt. Illegal. Haha. But the reality is I was a complete and total gentleman when I met you, and if you felt threatened, your security would have removed me. It's on camera, so stop playing the victim. I'm not homeless. I'm protected, especially if you're willing to do physical harm to me. God not finna let you find me, especially when the core of my campaign with you is to bring you to Christ. It started out as a liking of you, but God turned it into a crusade, if you will, to have you set free. Just because you talk about God doesn't mean you're cleared. We know you by your fruits. You know the evil you're into. We see your tattoos, we hear your music. You're not fooling anyone about what side you're really on. Life is not about music, money, and fashion. Life is about winning souls and bringing them to Jesus Christ. If you or anyone that works for that label passed away today, you know exactly where you'd be burning up for
Eternity.
What can I say? Okay, that's some serious stuff. That's seriously deranged stuff, okay? I want you to do something.
This has always blown my mind a little bit. 53% of you that listen to the show regularly haven't yet subscribed to the show.
If you actually have some real evidence, and I mean concrete evidence, without a shadow of a doubt, that an average or reasonable person would look at that evidence and go, oh, this is 100%
True, my boy.
then go ahead to the police and file a police report. Talk to the police about it. If it is credible, a detective will look at it, and then they'll go ahead and contact Molly, see if she wants to say anything about it, and then that'll be it. But if nothing actually exists of any of your claims, then your claims are bullshit. Molly had finally had enough, so she got with her lawyers and made this cease and desist letter. Dear Mr. Simon, we represent the interest of the recording artist Molly Santana. This cease and desist order is to inform you that your persistent actions toward Miss Santana, including but not limited to those set forth below, are unlawful and violate the rights of Miss Santana. You are ordered to stop such activities immediately as they are being done in violation of the law, and your failure to do so will result in legal ramifications, including both criminal and civil. Now this is insane level. I don't know if this is 100% concrete. Of course, there was no actual legal case, but if this is true, if these claims are true in this offending action section,
This is groundbreaking evil behavior, people.
I'm not saying that he actually did this. Okay, this is just what they are saying. This is what they're saying. They say, the year-long campaign of stalking, sexual harassment, and defamation has precipitated over 200 formal complaints from fans, venue personnel, and industry professionals. You have generated at least 150 separate social media accounts, identified so far, to pursue Ms. Santana and her associates despite repeated platform bans and blocks. Operating more than 150 aliases to evade bans and continue unsolicited contact. Producing and distributing obscene sexually explicit edits, including deepfake prawn in which you superimpose Miss Santana's image or that of her associates on prawn material. That's crazy. Jesus. Publishing false statements that Miss Santana's label, quote, grooms, and other defamatory accusations of criminal sexual misconduct. Issuing sexual threats describing acts you intend to perform, accompanied by assertions that God or Jesus will eliminate Miss Santana's friends, family, and business partners so you may be with her. And this is actually true. Physically appearing at concerts, VIP meet and greets, and backstage areas in violation of prior bans and posing a direct threat to Miss Santana's safety. Now I do want to say something about this last point. At the meet and greet that we watched together, it seemed as if she was comfortable. It didn't seem like there was any actual issue with her and Simon at that actual event. She didn't do anything anything. She didn't get her security to escort him out or anything at all. It just seemed like it was a very nice fan experience. So I'm not sure why they're saying in violation of prior bans. Now, of course, there's a possibility that he went and returned at another meet and greet, in which case, yeah, that would be very weird, especially because at that initial greet that we watched together, he did give her that letter, in which I kind of wish she had posted that letter and made it public in some way or fashion, because it seemed like that letter was a bit extreme. So maybe that's the case. Let me know what you think in the comments. Threatening bodily harm toward anyone who attempts to protect or associate with Miss Santana. Your actions at a minimum violate the following laws: stalking, harassing or obscene electronic communications, criminal threats, distribution of obscene matter and deepfake prawn, defamation per se, false criminal accusations, and then another one of 1708.7, which they do not include, civil harassment, misappropriation of name and likeness, and federal cyber stalking. Now, with all of these allegations, at least against Simon, stalking, criminal threats, distribution of obscene matter, and deepfake prawn, these are all illegal in California. He can easily go to jail for something like this, so I'm surprised that he didn't. Miss Santana has the right to remain free from these activities as they constitute harassment, stalking, etc., and Miss Santana will pursue any legal remedies available to her against you if these activities continue. Again, you must immediately stop your activities, including you must cease and desist from: number 1, any communication, direct or indirect, with Miss Santana or any person or entity associated with her. Number 2, creating, posting, or sharing any content, including videos, images, memes, comments, or live streams that depicts, references, or discusses her. Number 3, attempting to attend, or purchasing tickets to any live event, appearance, or venue where Miss Santana is present. Number 4, using religious rhetoric to justify or amplify harassment. Number 5, disseminating any false statement concerning Miss Santana, her label, or her affiliates, including allegations of or sexual misconduct. Number 6, destroying or altering evidence, accounts, devices, logs, IP data relevant to your online and offline conduct. You risk incurring some very severe legal consequences if you fail to comply with this demand. Failure to comply immediately and permanently with this demand will result severe legal and social consequences against you, including us contacting law enforcement to obtain criminal sanctions against you and suing you civilly for damages Miss Santana has incurred as a result of your actions, immediate filing of a civil harassment restraining order, us referring you to the district attorney for felony stalking, obscene matter, and criminal threats charges, us filing a federal complaint, cyber stalking through the FBI, us filing a civil action seeking compensatory and punitive damages, including injunctive relief, economic losses, and attorney's fees. This order acts as one final chance for you to seize your illegal activities before Miss Santana exercises her rights. All future communications must be directed to the undersigned. Do not contact Miss Santana or anyone affiliated with her in any medium, under any aliases, or through another third party. Sincerely, DV. Copy of cease and desist. Lame ass. Those aren't any of my emails or addresses. People in her Discord try and dox me. God wins. Those are all the facts. And my name is Simon, and I'm 28. The truth will be told, and my enemies will fall. Jesus is king. So at least he actually shows his real age here, which is 28. But also, if these aren't your emails, these aren't your addresses, how the hell did you get this cease and desist? If you didn't actually get sent this cease and desist, then it's not legally binding. It doesn't mean anything. Now, I am going to say this. He did provide me with that rant against Molly Santana, at least in response to what she said on Discord. That may or may not be enough to actually start charging him with something. I don't know if him talking to me about it violates this. It kind of sounds like it does, but who knows what will happen. If it leads to him getting some actual help, therapy, counselor, literally talking to anybody who can unravel some of the obvious mental health problems he has, then I think that's a net positive for society. I don't want him doing this to anybody else, and I definitely don't want him hurting anybody in any way, including, of course, Molly Santana, because she's just a victim in this entire situation. The way he talks about Molly Santana is purely misogynistic. narcissistic. He acts as if he has complete control over her, or that he owns her in some way. The truth about Simon. Simon is a parasocial stalker who keeps stalking Molly, and he's never even talked to her for real besides one pop-up that he waited in line for. I heard from some people that work with Molly that she's in the process of getting a restraining order cause he's threatened multiple people's lives, including her label, management team, Discord mods, and even her close friends. He be using some weird religion stuff to cover up being a psycho, and he's like 34 and been stalking her since she was underage. Even though Molly always says she pushes positivity, he still tries to be weird and damage her reputation. She even had 42 CEO mods ban him while she was on stream the other day. You can't even tell it's him sometimes cause he made like 400 plus accounts, and just to get around blocks and bans and keep stalking Molly and her friends. If he hits you up or threatens you, just report that to the police. That's what her team is doing too. Somebody for real need to clean up this Reddit. It's just sad, to be honest. Feel bad for Molly. Well, this will definitely be a bag of worms. By the way, my day job is effing me with extra hours, so next upload will be a bit pushed back, but I'll try to double upload 2 docs next week. Either way, this is a lot more than I expected. Now, I didn't even actually read everything that he sent me at this point in time, so I just told him that, hey, I'll check it out later. Basically, that was me doing that. Take your time. I'm sure whenever you upload it, it'll be timely. I know you stick to the facts, but I hope you give this situation some justice. Kankan has a deep, dark history of abuse, so these things are not far-fetched. I pray your job is more lenient and the grind is not too strenuous on you. Try to find time to have fun. In the meantime, thanks for doing this. I'm glad you have this platform. People need to know. God bless, man. Now, to be clear, I am thankful for having this platform that you guys have given me. I appreciate all of that. However, there is a line, and sometimes you cross the line and it's never okay. Please do not paint me as a villain if you can. Enough people try to do that. God always clears my name, but it's just annoying. I just want Kankan and Zillakami in jail really for my Molly Santana and whatever other girls they might have hurt or would hurt in the future. Justice. But Kankan is next. Peace. Bro, use this pic when you mention my name. Simon. Alrighty, I got you. You aren't a villain. I feel you are a bit misguided in your efforts, but you have good intentions ultimately. I won't paint you weird. My primary rhetoric is that Kankan is a psychopath, so I'm not going to drag your name in any way.
So that was a fucking lie.
This is true. I wasn't actually going to do any of this stuff. However, I actually did read everything, and maybe it's because I was so focused on getting everything about Kankan that I just was blind. I was literally tunnel visioned into Kankan. And then after I got out of the tunnel, I looked at these messages and I'm like, wait, hold up. There was actually something extremely fucked up here. And I knew that there was something wrong, and I called him misguided, but I was like, okay, this guy is like, he has some kind of religious psychosis. He's a little bit deranged, whatever, but at least he is trying to get alleged PDF files in prison, and he wants Molly Santana to get her master's and like live her life and be happy and stuff like that. And yeah, he's calling her his wife, but I thought he was trying to be respectful. I didn't read the entire cease and desist or anything like that. I just kind of acknowledged that it existed, acknowledged that Molly said something about him. I didn't read any of that stuff. So when I actually got around to reading that stuff, because I actually thought that it was a little bit about Kankan, that actually was going to be a little bit about Kankan, it wasn't. It was all just about Simon. I had to make a video on it. This behavior is just, it's unjustifiable. And who would I be? How would you guys trust in me if you knew that I saw this, contacted you, you sent all this stuff to me, and I didn't say a word about it? I'd look like a fucking psychopath, wouldn't I? And I'm not a psychopath, or at least I hope I'm not. So yeah, there you go. You are abusive. Period. Now in this section, he sends me a bunch of Kankan videos and stuff. It's not evidence or facts. He actually seldom sends me anything that's usable in terms of facts or evidence. It's mostly just memes and people talking about, well, him literally just insulting Kankan. But yeah, it's whatever. He says, bro, it looks like a PDF file. Dude is played by demons. Just look at this.
Bro, I'm about to just block y'all bro. Oh my god, Jesus.
Probably his reaction to me knowing the truth about his PDF file past. Pretty sure this is just him being tired of constantly harassed by you over the course of like literal years at this point. Bro genuinely looks like we shouldn't leave him alone with any female under the age of 18. There he is again. I've seen enough. Soon. Then he sends a meme. GG.
What do you think of that?
Kankan.
This is my perfect victory! That's right! I win!
Now this meme is actually kind of funny because I believe
I made this
in reference to what's his name, Auntie Server, that guy, Jesus Christ. I don't know if he's dead or not, but he's done a very good job at staying off the internet. He's done such a good job at staying off the internet that I'm actually questioning whether or not he's dead. But if he is actually dead, then, you know, good riddance, because yeah, he literally did have sex with him. Dave Blunt's talking about, now Dave Blunt's, the issue with Dave Blunt's is that he is like Ye. He literally was mentored by Ye, by the way, and he thrives off controversy. So if he can just find anything controversial about you, he's literally just gonna push it. And that's what he did with Kankan. This doesn't prove anything. Dave Blunt's rapping about what I accused Kankan of. God told me what Kankan did before I even knew Dave Blunt knew about it. God told me November 2024. Kankan and Dave Blunt started this beef December 2024. Proof. Now, it could be a possibility. This guy's going so hard on Twitter and on these other platforms that he's giving managers and other promoters ideas, and they're just taking some of that stuff, because he literally, again, you've seen his Twitter feed. That shit was ridiculous. It took me 10 minutes to get down to the end of where he's literally replying with that one video with Kankan and Molly Santana. It took me 10 minutes holding down the fucking, what is this button called? The middle button, the shit that makes your screen go really fast down. It literally took me 10 minutes to fucking do that. That is ridiculous. Where's that Kankan video? Now at this point, Kankan video is a little late because there's just a lot going on, okay? It takes a lot of time to fucking make, especially actually editing these videos. Gosh, it takes me like 60, 80 hours at least for my documentary videos. That's one of the reasons why I made my Yap channel. I'm just literally yapping about stuff, current news and topics like that. Go ahead and check it out. Everyone knows. I'm working on it. Ideally should be out this week, as long as nothing else horrible happens to me. Haha. What happened to you? A lot of background life stuff. I put the video out today. I chose not to include the things you sent due to certain things. I actually checked back at it and was like, yeah, this is really fucked up. I'm not going to send any of this shit. I hope you understand. Hopefully this video still fulfills the ideals you had for it to expose him, and hopefully you find the information presented as adequate with certain things. I wish you would have gone more in depth, because those things matter. I went through things as in depth as I possibly could without being slanderous, because I do not slander people. I literally just tell you the allegations. You already made the video without it, so I gave you that information for nothing. Yeah, that information was fucked up. The things that you sent was concerning. It was disturbing. You may or may not get in legal trouble for even sending half of the stuff that you did. Yeah, of course I'm not actually going to include any of that in the video. It is jank, but I'm not about to curse you out about it, and I'm sure I was the biggest advocate for the video to come out, which makes it more annoying. Nonetheless, nobody gets away with anything. Can, so congrats on your video and channel. I don't really have anything else to say to you. Have a good day. But then you took out some stuff that's actually true for some wacky allegation that she was with Future and Young Thug in 2017. She would have been 12, dog. Now, hey, mistakes happen. Fucked up. To be honest, it's probably for the better. I was a little mad, but I really just want Maya to heal properly and thoroughly. If you really want that to happen, my guy, leave her the fuck alone. I do want justice for Kan's crimes against her, but what is really important is that he repents to the Lord Jesus and that Maya and I forgive him. You do not have any say in what the hell Molly Santana does. You are literally just a fan that is delusional and thinking that you and her have some kind of relationship. Leave her the fuck alone. Because forgiveness is what Jesus tells his followers to do. Just like I'm forgiving you for not putting my intel into the video. Don't worry about it. You were a big help. Yes, my primary reason on not going that route is because some of the things you say are a bit concerning. Honestly, half of it is just to protect you. Stop the cap. People are already kind of passionately hateful towards my exposés. I put the little meme of what was it, Wanted, the guy at the computer, and then like his manager is like nah, and she's using the little stapler or whatever, and he goes, shut the F up, because that's literally what it feels like that I'm doing to these fans. They don't want their favorite artist being condemned for any reason and using you as a source while simultaneously ignoring some of the more extreme things you're saying, which I'm sure you could imagine an average person who doesn't understand you would probably interpret things. Now again, the reason why I changed his name to Simon is because there's something wrong with this guy and he needs to see a therapist. I 100% stand on that. You're very obsessive. You have a parasocial relationship with Molly Santana. If you guys don't know what a parasocial relationship is a one-sided, imagined connection a person forms with a media figure such as a celebrity, influencer, or fictional character, feeling a sense of intimacy and familiarity without any real reciprocal interaction. These relationships are built on prolonged exposure to media content like television, social media, or podcasts, creating an emotional bond that is not known by the public figure. Now, technically, this pushes the definition of parasocial relationship, because you are literally stalking her at this point. You somehow know who is around her, what she's doing in terms of some of the public things that she's doing, and even some of the private things that she's doing with her label and stuff like that. It would muddy up the message, and people wouldn't accept the information as much as they otherwise would, because they latch on to your dreams about Maya or her feelings or whatever. There's something wrong with the way that you're thinking and the way that you're justifying your actions. There's something deeply disturbing and wrong about that. So hell yeah, I am not adding any of your shit to this. It would discredit the integrity of the video. I do appreciate your support though. I'm sorry it did not work out. No, don't be sorry. I'm glad it worked out the way it did. I was just being honest in my response when you asked. The more personal details can stay with me. I just want justice, and the video does that without doing too much. It was protection. I appreciate it. You're welcome, bro. Stay safe, vigilant, praying for you. You know what I can do is add your info and statements in this own video. It would be a bit of a part 2, and I could probably get this done over the weekend. Would you like that?
Bad one with a flits and a handbag tool. Had 10 Santanas in my man bag.
To be fair, I think you can make a part 2 without much of a statement from me. Dave Blunt's already solidified the claims I made about the tape. You can just include that in the part 2 without mentioning me or showing my face. Now, a little tidbit here. Now, I did not actually realize that he said this like this, okay? When I was reading this, I was like, oh, I actually kind of forgot that up here, he said when you mention me, please include this picture. Bro, use this pic when you mention my name, Simon. So he has changed his tune on that, which is very interesting. She already knows I know, and so does Kankan. I really care about her, and it seems like I'm just piling on reasons for her to dislike me, and I really want God to do the rest. If you can use the public tweets Kankan and I had against one another that I already sent in this chat and this Dave snippet. But other than that, I just want to let God work and do the rest. And I know this is exposing my own religious bias, but the idea that a perfect God that knows everything that's going to happen ever is having trouble getting one of his esteemed followers to follow the path of greatness and righteousness is just kind of funny. All the problematic shit that he sent me, yeah, I can't ignore that. And nobody would watch my videos if I ignored something like that. I'd literally be looked at as a fucking weirdo. And I am a weird guy in terms of being eccentric and fun and bubbly and just that kind of weird. But I am not the weird to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to excuse your terrible fucking behavior. It's not happening. Not on a single fucking day in my life. This video needs to be made. Stay away from Molly Santana. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I gotta say. I think that's all I gotta fucking say, right? If you see something like this, just please report it. Please. It actually does make a difference if you guys report this stuff when you see it, because this is harassment, it is stalking, and it does actually ruin lives. And people sometimes do get killed for behavior that he is emulating. They get very vengeful, they get angry, they track him down because they're already tracking them down, and then they do something permanent to that person. And I don't want that to happen to Molly. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Actually evil. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm making a website. If it is done by the time this video is made, it'll be in the description. Thanks for watching, and peace.